What's up guys, it's Amanda and happy artsy fartsy Friday. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am sharing with you another time-lapse video of an illustration that I did of Wonder Woman in honor of the upcoming movie. I'm sure you've heard about it, it's been hyped all over. I'm really looking forward to seeing it myself, especially because you don't see very many female leads in superhero movies. So I'm really looking forward to this one and I hope it's good because, to be honest, DC needs a good movie. They need a good live action movie. So I'm really hoping for the best on this one, and I'm hoping to see it opening weekend, but we'll see. So let me know, are you guys excited to see Wonder Woman? Are you skeptical? Are you hopeful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Some of you may recognize this illustration because I colored it over the course of 2 live streams. I'm gonna try and not do that so much going forward in the future, just because I want my live streams to be new and interesting, and while there is going to be some behind the scenes stuff, I do want there to also be some new and exciting stuff that you guys won't see in my actual YouTube videos. So I also want to apologize that the first part of this video is such low quality. I had to crop the footage from what was recorded on stream, and so it's kind of blown out, the white balance is off, and it's a little bit overexposed. But going forward in the future, and actually in the second half of the video, that quality improves quite a bit because I have a little bit of a different live stream setup going on now, where I have my webcam recording the footage strictly for the live stream, and then I have a separate tripod with my nice camera, my Canon G7X, recording in 1080p quality with a much more controllable white balance. So yeah, this way my Friday videos will still remain good quality if I happen to be streaming and recording at the same time. So I did base this Wonder Woman off of the movie design, meaning her costume is based on the movie and not on like her traditional costume. I do like the new costume design. The only thing I kind of wish they would have modernized and changed is not giving Wonder Woman strapless armor. That doesn't seem practical at all. I'm sorry. I know it looks good. I know it looks appealing, but I just don't see how she can practically fight anyone with a rack that size and no bra straps. I mean, come on. That's not a thing, guys. That's not. Trust me. That's not how the world works. So that was the only thing that I really kind of wish they would have modified in her costume, but overall I think her costume is super badass. I like the different textures that it has to it. It really looks like armor, and I like the kind of rustic details that it has in it as well. Of course, it's still an ode to the original, which is great, and I love that, but it's a little bit more, how would you call it? It's I don't know, it's more grounded in her character, I think. So I'm excited to see it on the big screen and to see what it really looks like, because I was basically just referencing movie posters and movie images for this piece. And so it was a little bit hard to tell, you know, if her red corset armor was kind of like a metallic. I mean, I do think it's a metallic red, but in some images it looked more black with like red highlights, and in some images it did look very full-on red. So I darkened a lot of the piece using some colored pencils to kind of deepen up the colors and give them more texture, which was really important because I think her lower skirt part of the costume is almost like a leathery texture, and it's hard to make that texture with using just markers, so I did incorporate colored pencils in a lot of this illustration. Also later on I incorporate some gold inks as well, which was really fun, and I think it added a lovely finishing touch to the piece. Overall, I really did like the way that the coloring turned out in this illustration. I think I approached a couple of things a little bit differently than I normally would have, particularly with coloring the skin. I left a lot of the areas white. So that's not something that I normally do, but I actually like the end result because the areas that are colored end up looking like they have more dimension because of the contrast of the white. So I really do like that. I also tried to make it look like she was backlit. It didn't come out as strongly as I would have liked. Overall, something that I do want to improve on in my own artwork is pushing the darks and really creating that contrast, because I think especially, you know, when I go on to create the background, having like some heavy dark almost black tones really would have made that pop, and I was just a little wary of pushing it that far. So that is something I want to get better about. But overall, I will say with the background, I ran into a couple of issues where I was running out of ink in my markers and I didn't have refills. So that is something that was kind of my own fault in a way. But the stream, I don't know what I was saying. The stream was really, really helpful to me throughout this process, giving me guidance and advice when I asked for it. And there's a lot of the times on the live streams where I turn to the chat to give me ideas and color options and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's a really cool way for you guys to participate in the artwork that I do. And also get kind of a sneak peek of what it looks like behind the scenes, all of that good stuff. So if you don't attend my live streams, I would highly recommend checking them out because they're a lot of fun and we have a good time in the chat. So yeah, I strongly encourage you to check out my live streams. Going forward in June, I'm going to experiment with live streaming twice a week, once on Wednesdays and once on Sundays, and I'll have a dedicated Twitch day and a dedicated YouTube day. So that's what I'm going to try out. I probably will only be able to get away with it for the month of June, maybe July. I am going to be moving pretty soon in the next couple of months or so. So I'm going to try and live stream as much as I can while I can. And of course, my live stream schedule is very subject to change, and it might continue to change as I get into my graduate school classes and when that semester starts and everything like that. But I still want to try and live stream, especially because I'm really behind on my Friday videos. I never finish a piece the week that I post it, and this is the first time ever, or at least in recent memory, that I have been working on my illustration days before I post it. So I definitely need to get my butt in gear and work on some artwork both on and off the stream, because I'm behind and I have a lot of work to do. But May is just so busy. May's been such a crazy month. Every single weekend has been filled with, you know, family events and parties and graduations and this and that and the other, and I am just exhausted. But really quickly, I want to talk about the background of this piece because that was the part I was most unsure about. Now, I kind of sketched out a rough idea of what I wanted, which you can see in the upper right hand corner. But one thing that I've noticed right off the bat is that the gray mountains that I sort of put in the lower half of the piece looked too gray. So I kind of combated that by putting down a layer of this golden orange color first and then coloring the gray over top, because that made the grays a lot less harsh, and especially once all the other colors were added in, it really just blended together nicely. So I was really happy with the way that those turned out, although like I said earlier, I think I could have pushed the colors a little bit darker, but you know, I'm still happy with the end result. Also, something I wanted to mention is that I am selling the original of this piece in my online store. I get questions about this occasionally, especially in the live streams, about if I'm going to be selling my artwork or if I sell prints. And the answer is yes, but with a little asterisk, because I don't really have a way to make prints in-house at the moment. I would like to invest in a printer in the near future and start making my prints in-house. But for the time being, I am kind of stuck with having to order them in bulk for third-party sites, which means I don't order them all that often. I order them like 1 to 2 times a year or when I'm doing conventions. So that's sort of why a lot of my recent artwork isn't being turned into prints. However, I do often sell the originals, so if you are interested in owning this piece as an original, you can check my store and store, and you can also use the coupon code HELPSAVEAMANDA, all one word, and get 25% off your entire purchase through May 31st. So just kind of wanted to remind you guys of that, because I did this little promotion where I was asking you guys to help me figure out my live stream schedule, and sort of as a thank you, I put out this discount code. So that discount code is still good for about another week or so. So definitely be sure to use that before it expires. So you can see I'm just kind of adding the finishing touches to the background, and then going in and lining the piece with some pencil, and then adding some highlights with some lighter pencil. Like you can see here, I'm using kind of a golden yellow color to highlight the armor and highlight some of the pieces of her hair, things like that. And I think it really added a cool touch. And then I go in with my Winsor & Newton gold calligraphy ink, and I add that to the gold and metallic parts of her armor, and I think it looks really, really cool. It looks amazing in person because of the fact that it catches the light, so you can really see the shift. It looks awesome. I have a clip of that at the end of the video, so you'll be able to see that, and then it will show a clip of the finished illustration. Oh, there you can see that gold looks so pretty. But anyway, guys, here's a look at the finished piece. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week with some brand new videos. Bye!